How much money would it take for somebody else to take a shit on your face?
$20.
No, seriously.
Honestly,
I've thought about.
I actually thought of this like last night. How much poo-poo? How much money for the poo-poo on my face? You know?
You thought about that last night specifically?
Yeah.
You guys are in sync. It's beautiful.
And it's because he put it in the topics, so I saw it before. You know?
Yeah, I have a topic.
And then because he updates the topics at like 10 o'clock at night while I'm going bedtime. So
You're
like,
not
I was
ad-libbing on this. I was really impressed. I'm like, man, it's like
this is flowing right now.
Yeah,
It's flowing.
sure. Are you recording?
And,
or we're gonna, it doesn't look like you're recording anymore.
And I legitimately think it would check. On this podcast, I could say it's gonna take $10,000.
What? Only?
On your face?
Adele, bro. No, you
Dude,
have
listen.
Say a higher number. Say a higher number. Say a higher.
$12,000.
Hold up, Felicia. Hey, stop bumping my phone. My phone blowing up. Come on, you need to go home. Get out. Call me Felicia. High school romance. Now you got a boyfriend. Come on, and I'm still a drug addict. Hold up. I need a fucking blow up. I need a fucking bang. I need some fucking rain. I need a bang.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
So I used to edit for Brazzers for like a long time. I worked at Brazzers.
Yeah.
So you used to edit videos?
Yeah, I get all the raw footage and basically just make the final scene.
I feel like you must get horny like pretty much all day.
At
no?
first.
I mean, I definitely was working hard.
Yeah.
This guy gets it.
So do you feel like you got like desensitized to a certain extent?
So I've had this discussion with a girl I'm seeing, and like I'm very vanilla. And like it's for me, it's like I see the crazy stuff, or I used to see all the crazy, like insane, like things you don't see because we cut it out because it's not something that you're gonna enjoy.
Oh shit, that's true.
There's
you must see a lot of fucking
a lot of crap. Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've seen some things that have changed me a little bit, but
what did you see that's like scarred the fuck out of you? You're like, what the fuck is that?
Behind the scenes,
like,
I guess. I mean, there's one thing that really like caused me to have a bit of a like a walk away from the computer and like go and like I went to go watch Care Bears. Weirdly enough, but I needed the polar opposite of what I saw. It was basically it wasn't for Brazzers. It was for another site, but it was basically like, you know those sex swings, like you're basically like you're kind of like strapped up and your legs are up and everything.
Yeah,
and it was two homosexual men. I'm assuming, and they're doing the fisting. I don't know why I said the fisting. The fisting.
The fisting.
That would be a great movie. So basically, it was just his entire
entire
yeah,
arm.
no, like, but like I'm talking like he wasn't wearing him as a bracelet. Like he was wearing him as like
a sleeve.
As like you remember Allen Iverson, how he had like that
he had a
giant
sleeve.
like
Yeah.
So imagine that, except it's ass.
That's disgusting.
That's literally so. No, it's not disgusting. That was the romantic part of it. What really got me was basically like he was like going in.
Yeah.
And the guy's like pleasure screaming, and I'm like, that's cool. They're obviously in a loving relationship, and I'm like, I wish I could find somebody like that one day. It's fucking cool. Being comfortable like that, and it looks great. But then what happened? You obviously have heard of. I don't know why I looked at you. You've obviously heard of anal prolapsing, haven't you?
Okay, I know where you're going with this, and I've seen a video like that before, and it scarred me for life. But keep going on.
That's like.
It scarred me for life.
Yeah. So yeah, I was actually in that one. Scarred me for life too, but
from the inside.
From the inside. No, like I did the and then the
thing popped out.
Yeah, that's like it's just a prolapsed anus.
Oh!
That's exactly the sound he made, and basically the guy just looks at it, and we're all adults here. We all have like 3-4 different fleshlights, right? So like fleshlights. The pocket pussy. So like basically the guy looked at it and it's there and he's like, he's erect as which is understandable. Like there's a lot of stuff going on there. And he uses his prolapsed anus like we would use a fleshlight. He just starts like. It's hard to describe because like technically they're having intercourse, but the asshole's out. I think it's outer course, maybe.
Dude. It's fucking.
What the fuck?
It's fucking bizarre. Okay, I've already seen this. It's like an older man, like he's like in his like late 40s or 50s.
It's not older. How dare you?
But he's
That's
like, you
super
know,
young still.
an experienced man, and he's like, just like ass up, just like moaning. Like they're doing the most moaning I've ever heard a man doing, like uncontrollably, like just moaning, and like this, his whole insides were out, man.
His insides were out of his asshole.
Bro, and it was like this big.
That's you gotta get the full prolapse. Yeah.
It's like it was this big, and then the guys were just touching it, and he was like, oh, like.
What's cool is after I discovered that kind of
that
porn,
was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Like that shit still scars me when I think about it. I think about and it took a while for me to be like, oh my goodness.
Oh, I honestly like the reason
I'm
like
over it.
I really like it's weird because that kind of porn now, like you know, once in a while, like you've had too much to drink, and then you're just like you just can't really get it up for the girl. I'm like that's cool. Normally I would take a Viagra, but it's really bad for you. So what I do is I put on that porn, and that'll get me there no matter what. No matter what, every time that'll get me there.
That's
insane.
insane.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, except they cut out the audio because like
it's too much.
the audio is too much.
Yeah,
but the visuals are just like there's a story. There's a story that you can build your own story when you watch that with no audio. It's fantastic.
So now you run a cooking show.
Thank you. Yeah.
Make sure to follow my cookie show, guys.
Yeah. Like and subscribe to Leo Cooks Things.
That seems a little bit more family friendly, I feel.
Well, there's a lot of prolapsing on my show.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
I'm sure that shit tastes probably good. You could probably like cook it.
No, but imagine like that. Like that's something that I wanted to touch on. Is like when you're in that room with those guys filming or girls. I mean, everyone can prolapse if you put your mind to it. But like if you're in that room, what's the smell of that room like? Do you think it's gonna be like?
I think it depends on the room. Like if you're like in a
small,
if you're like in a nice high-rise building and the prolapse is
good airflow.
luxurious, like it probably smells like fucking
saltwater taffy.
It probably smells fucking nice, you know? But if you're in the basement, like if you were to do it here, for example, I'm sure that like the smell of whatever the fuck is going on would immediately like take over the room.
Bro,
you know?
I am
like they probably get like their asses cleaned and stuff, so it's probably not that bad. But again,
I would think so. When I see the prolapses, those are sparkly cleaning.
Yeah, exactly.
There's almost no.
If it was me, if I was prolapsing, there would be shit all over the floor.
Well, I mean, if you're prepping for it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because I'm not a professional.
No, it's not a
Exactly.
This conversation is disturbing for me. I can't imagine the viewers who might watch this. But when the prolapse happens, what happens when they're done? Do they like shove it back in?
I think it's a problem.
No, it can become a problem, but it is like baby prolapsing. Maybe that's not the right term I should use. Small prolapse. Basically, like it'll go back on its own. Like if you watch like what's the girl with like the tattoos of the webs on her nipples? Bonnie Rotten.
Yeah.
Bonnie Rotten will prolapse on scene.
On cue.
But I don't know if it's on cue. That would be impressive. And not impressive. And basically like, she'll just go back in. And yeah. It's
fuck, that's so weird. I've never seen that. And I don't want to see it.
I'll send you a link.
I'm good, man. I'm scarred by this
I'll
conversation.
send you my top 10. I'll send you my top 10
So
prolapses.
so that was probably one of the illest scenes that you had to like edit.
It was, in terms of like that was for me that was like the most
Off-putting.
it was definitely one of those it was the first time I had seen something like that.
How often did you have to cut gay porn vis-a-vis regular?
Very rarely. I mean I was doing Brazzers, so it was like all straight stuff.
It was all straight stuff.
But then I switched to Pornhub, and then I did like more top 10s for like different categories and stuff like that. So
right.
Like, that stuff is like it's I'd say maybe 30% gay content. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then at one point, did you? I have so many questions.
Sure.
A, did you get aroused watching cutting gay porn? And B, when did you like walk away? You're like, I'm done, man.
I mean, I'm still.
Was it prolapse or prelapse?
technically all the porn is prelapse until there's a prolapse, right? So like you could actually put that as a tag in every single Pornhub video, like prelapse, and like people are like, oh my god, it's like this literally just regular sex. There's nothing that ever happens. You're like, oh okay, well technically it's like it's all on the inside. It's like remember that movie Minority Report?
Yeah.
Like the precogs?
Yeah.
Like they could tell the future. I'm like, you said like prelapse, and my brain went to like that. And I'm just thinking how unfortunate of a movie it would have been if the precogs were prelapsing.
Yeah, it would not be the same movie.
Prelapsing precogs.
It would not be the same movie.
I wonder if that exists.
Probably not.
No, I never got aroused by most of the gay content. There's been like some of the trans stuff. Like there's some really beautiful women.
Trans.
Oh yeah, there's one Daisy something. I don't remember, but I remember like seeing her face and like or her topless, and I was like, she's fucking gorgeous, and I was like, that's the hottest girl I've ever seen. And then basically like she took her pants off and like she had a dick, but like I was like, you know what, it's hot. I'm like I'm into it.
Would you suck that dick?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm open to a lot of things, but it's like I always had a rule of like try anything twice, to a certain extent. I mean, I probably wouldn't do the fisting.
I feel like that's like dangerous.
Well, it's probably like, especially like if you're not like preparing for it. So if I'm only gonna do it twice, I probably won't be physically able to do that.
So it's safe to say that you've never sucked a dick.
I've never sucked a dick. No.
Adele, what about you?
No, not ever. I've never sucked a dick before, but I've already questioned myself. Like if I would see, like you just explained, like a beautiful trans. Would I suck that dick? And if that trans like made me feel like fucking special, you know what I'm saying? Like I felt special having sex with her, and she felt special having sex with me, and I'd be like, yo, that dick is like the metaphor for the passion that we have for each other. I'd be like, put it in my mouth.
That was really beautiful.
Yeah,
that should be a Hallmark card. I mean, maybe edit it down a little bit because it's super long for a Hallmark card. But like, that'd be a nice one. That'd be a really good one. Man, imagine receiving that from grandma on your birthday, and she's getting old. She doesn't really know what she's reading, but she's like, "This has a nice picture of a beautiful lady," and she gives that to you, and that's the text inside it.
At the bottom, there's a dick that unfolds.
Yeah,
you open it, and it's like. That'd be fantastic. I'd love that.
I would be touched.
I would literally. They'd sell out online within 8 minutes. The moment I would see that,
for sure, dude.
Like, everyone's getting that birthday card. For
a card for like a trans person, telling his or her family that he or she is becoming a man, and like you open the card and there's like.
Yeah, wow. It just unfolds.
A coming out card.
And it just comes out at you,
Wow.
That's cute as fuck.
Okay.
Oh, it's super sweet. And you can actually like, you can decide like, you're at like the pharmacy picking out the card. And it's just like you have different sizes. So it's like, you're just like, oh, I'm not gonna. It's like, it comes out, it's like, oh, little thing. But then you got the ones where it's just like, literally like a salami falls out of it. You're like, why did this doesn't even make, and it's like really good quality salami. like you know, the $18 ones? That
but they would have to be refrigerated. So it's like the refrigerated cards.
Well, unless it's like dry aged salami.
Yeah, I know. It's true. But it's more stiff. It has less of the feeling. But,
it's fair.
Hey, Hallmark. How fucking progressive are you if you don't have a trans section in your Hallmark cards?
Do we know that they don't?
Listen. If you don't, I have a whole army, a community of trans people out here willing to take your head off, okay? So Hallmark, listen to me right now. If you don't have that trans section in your Hallmark card dealership, you're done. Next time I go to Hallmark to buy my mom card, it's because it's Mother's Day in 2 days. I'm about to go to Hallmark. If there ain't no trans section, I'm done with you.
You know what you could do? That'd be actually a really good tagline for Hallmark. So like as like if they're gonna start doing like trans cards, you could have like, are you tired of being Hallmark and not Hall Stacy?
It's okay. That's okay.
Bro.
Oh.
It's all right.
That's
it's
cool. He
knows. Right.
He knows.
It's all right.
Okay, let's talk about something that doesn't involve dick pussy.
Dick pussy?
Yeah, we just talked about
big pussy or dick pussy?
Dick pussy.
Pussy dick.
It's what we say here.
It's like hermaphrodites. I was always curious about that.
Those don't exist, dude.
Is that not a real thing?
It's not even a real thing, dude. I'm joking.
I watch a
guys.
lot of
I'm
Ente. I'm pretty
joking.
sure.
Okay, yo, let Sam ask his question because
yeah.
without
Okay,
him, bro,
yo,
this
okay.
podcast is going down to the
Oh my
ground.
goodness.
bro.
Okay, cool.
Down to the ground.
Without him, this podcast is going down to the fucking shitter, man.
It's going great. What are you talking about?
Okay, when did you transition out of editing porn to, pursuing your passion as a very well-rounded cook and a black belt jiu-jitsu man?
Black
Whoa,
belt?
Jesus.
Black belt, yeah.
No.
I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
He purposely didn't wear the headphones that we provided him with
So
a
people
name
would see
tag
the-
on
They
him.
know they can be like, oh
So-
shit, he's tough.
Yeah,
I do not exude toughness, so I need to take what I can get, man.
don't be fooled by the nail polish. He will kill you.
And the sweet eyes,
And the sweet eyes.
fantastically trimmed eyebrows.
It's insane.
Exactly. We talked about eyebrows before. I hope that bit is still somewhere recorded. If not, I'll kill myself. But no.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Dude, oh my goodness. That's like, we can redo it if you want. Like that was a good bit, but like
I think we have it.
The adult fly.
I think we have it. No,
killed me,
is
bro.
it? Was that before Johnny Depp?
Maybe.
I think that was before Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
I think it was before Johnny Depp.
Okay, so we might have
Anyways,
it.
yeah, finish your question.
Okay, yeah. What was I saying? Okay, yeah. So you started cooking shit and fucking putting it online, bro. And that's the only fucking reason why you're on this show today. Okay, only reason.
You told me.
You liked me.
Yeah, I thought we were buddies.
I thought you were friends.
just trying to-
No, it's because you fucking cook shit. I want you
Wow.
to cook shit for my fucking girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend?
No, I don't. But
I
let's not talk about that right now.
Is that your girlfriend?
Yeah, it's
my
girlfriend,
Okay,
Clara.
I figure you live together in a house that you bought. So
Yeah,
that's probably yeah.
He's
Thanks to
doing,
this pool. Thanks to the pool boy show, we bought a house.
Yeah.
Thank you guys, YouTube. You guys are the best, man.
The 100 subscribers. Okay,
132.
we have 130.
132.
Man, that first 100 that's what they say is the hardest.
I thought it was the first 1,000.
I mean, it's technically the first. I don't know. I was gonna say a joke, but then I was like, better idea.
Yeah. Okay. So you started cooking stuff because you're very passionate about cooking. And
I've always loved cooking. Hold on, I'm cooking up something for you right now.
So you've always been into cooking?
Kind of. I basically had one moment like a few years ago. I was working for a company, askmen.com.
yeah.
They do like I don't know if you know them, but they're like
They're
this-
Montreal.
heard of 'em,
They're
yeah.
Montreal based, which is surprising.
Yeah, so it was like top 10 things and like just how to be a guy, like basically like GQ or Maxim magazine online kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And my boss at the time was a dude that was like really into cooking, and I had no idea like about cooking. And then like one day I went to his house and we did a shoot for like a recipe, and I'm filming it and he's doing this whole thing and he's like, oh, do you want to stay for dinner? My buddy's coming over. And then he made this crazy spread of like it was steak and chimichurri and like duck fried potatoes. And I was looking at him go, and he was having a conversation and like talking to us, not paying attention to what he's doing. And I'm like, how the fuck, what's going on? And then he puts it all out on this cutting board and it was insanely good. Like restaurant,
Level.
like I was like, how the fuck? And he's like, yeah, it's like cooking's easy. You just got to do it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then he showed me how to do the chimichurri. And then I started doing chimichurri. And then I started doing,
How do you make a chimichurri?
What's a chimichurri again?
it's like basically a bunch of herbs, oil, and some citrus. And basically like it's just like,
Oh,
it's like
you-
green and like you put it, yeah.
Yeah, you put it on lamb and shit.
Yeah, it's super
Is
good
that
on
what you
lamb.
did for your lamb recipe, or you had like a beef recipe that you put?
Yeah, I've used chimichurri a couple times in my recipes or variations of it.
Right.
Chimichurri is like it can be like there's no rule about what it is. It's just a bunch of fresh herbs and oil and like salt and it's fucking good. So you just add that to anything and it's like everything tastes better and
Right.
everything looks fancy. It's like super bright green and fresh and you're like, hey, check it out. It doesn't matter if you're putting it on a Big Mac. It'll look fancier.
Is that how you
Fuck
get
yeah.
pussy? You just whip out a chimichurri wherever you go with the girls. You're like, let me put chimichurri on these popcorn. They're like, ooh.
Funny enough,
How many times did chimichurri get you laid? Is what I want to know.
Wait, let me just rephrase that.
I'd say
How many times specifically?
like at least half a time.
Half of all your laids.
No, I got laid half once because of
Half of
chimichurri.
once.
Yeah.
And how many chimichurris did you make?
Like at least 18 to 1900.
That's a good ratio. 1 to 19.
So like-
Or
so like-
0.5.
1900 attempts and I got half. I got
Okay,
half.
so-
But
so-
I stopped it because I wasn't comfortable. So it wasn't her fault. Like she was ready. But I wasn't there
Right.
yet.
Was it like she started and then you became too aggressive, and then she's like, okay, I'm out.
No, she got too aggressive. Oh no,
She
yeah.
got
I
too
don't like being choked, and she was just like,
She was black belting you and shit?
oh no, it wasn't like that kind of choking. It was like she was putting food in my mouth too fast. And I was like, why? And it's like, funny enough, it was actually the chimichurri I'd given her.
Shut the fuck up.
No, for real. But what's cool, there's a lot of oil in chimichurri. So what you can do is, if you're not really into like lubes are artificial as fuck.
Right.
So if you want a bit of like, it's like you didn't shower
Organic.
that day, you just little chimichurri on the, and then like, man,
It's fucking lemony and fun.
don't do that. Don't do that though, because that's like literally like,
Is it?
probably dangerous.
Can you make chimichurri spicy?
Oh yeah, I put jalapenos in my chimichurri.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, like jalapenos aren't spicy, I guess, if you're into spicy food. But I'm super white and weak.
What food do you avoid making to avoid being bloated and having too many farts on a date? Because I had a pad thai the other day, and something was up with my stomach. I was like, thank God I'm not on a fucking date right now.
As far as avoiding foods, there's no real foods. It's more, I don't think about the avoiding foods. I just think about like, what am I gonna make to be like, cool, it's gonna be impressive and light enough that like afterwards, like we're not just like wheezing on the couch and just like what happened.
Right. Yeah.
Which is funny because I had a date a couple nights ago where I literally made the most like
Light.
decadent thing in the world, and we were both on the couch, like just like,
Yeah.
You can't fuck after that.
no, but it was really delicious and fun. Like
Yeah.
you got to pick on a first date, you don't make that.
Yeah.
Unlike on a third or fourth or 19th or married, you do it. You know.
Yeah.
I've passed the point with my girlfriend a long time ago where like we fart in front of each other.
Do that.
Oh yeah.
I never crossed that line ever.
So like
Yeah,
I
man.
started farting in front
First?
of Claire.
You shot the first missile?
Of course. I feel like it's a man's responsibility to like be the first one to engage in the fart battles.
trailblazer.
The trailblazer, yeah. And I've trailed the blaze. I've blazed the
You
trail.
blazed that trail.
Yeah, I blazed the fuck out of it. And I feel like recently, it's been like mutual and stuff. And I often wonder, like, would anybody else love me considering the amount of putrid farts that I produce sometimes? Sometimes it's like unholy.
Oh,
you know?
I mean, the answer is no, but like it's
Exactly.
definitely like
So that's why
I haven't even like.
that's why I
Yeah.
stick with my girlfriend, guys, and that's why like if you ever find somebody that you like
You can fart with.
you could
never
fart
will.
in front of and,
No, I
and
won't.
you could like that's true love, guys. If ever you fart in front of your girlfriend and like she accepts it, even better, she likes it.
Imagine you don't.
got something.
No, but what happens? Like, imagine you're in a long-term relationship, okay, and like picture this: you guys meet. Maybe it's a Tinder date. Let's say it's Bumble because it's a little bit more like
Classy.
Farty, yeah.
Well, no, I
No.
wouldn't say
Oh,
that.
sorry.
No, I don't know.
Misread.
Party. But no, it's like then you meet this girl on Bumble and like you click. You click, you fall in love. You go on like 5-6 dates. After the 7th date, you're both waiting to get to sleep with each other because you just genuinely want to take it slow.
Yeah.
And then you finally make love and it's perfect. It's the best night of your life, the best sex on the first try. You end up having a crazy, beautiful honeymoon session dating situation, right? We're talking like months, years of like you never are not attracted to this person, right? And like it's like you've been together for 5 years and you're like, hey, you bring her to like a hockey game. And then it's her favorite team playing. Okay.
Oh shit.
And then she's just like, man, this is the best night ever. Like you're both drinking a little bit, having a couple
bit of LaCroix.
a couple like $19 beers, and
Yeah.
you're like, this is really fun. Her favorite team is about to win, and like it's going to right before the third period on the Megatron. It just cuts to a camera of both of you, and she's like, what?
Shut
She doesn't
up.
understand. She's like, what's going on? And then you're just on one knee, and you're proposing, and it says, will you marry me? The crowd's going wild. She just does the little. And she starts crying, and she she cries, saying yes and everything. You're like, oh my god! You literally like go right to planning the wedding. You get married. You have a beautiful kid, awesome child. The kid's about like 2-3 years old, and like oh, you just had a long day, and you look at your wife, and she's still as beautiful as the day you saw her. She looks at you. She's like, you're the man of her dreams, you know. And then that night, you go to bed. And then like you're in bed together and like you kiss, and then she goes to get on top of you because like it's time for sexy time. But then like she puts her hand on your stomach a little bit and little fart.
Oh.
It's the first time she's heard you fart.
It's been a year and a half though.
No, it's been many years. You're married at this point.
Oh wow.
And you just farted for the first time in front of her, and she leaves you. That could happen.
Whoa.
So don't fart in front of partners is what I say, really. Because like imagine you just build this beautiful
Yeah,
life,
this
this.
solid foundation on which you were ready to build a castle
You
upon.
built that castle.
You built that
I mean,
castle.
there's a couple of the wings that are being renovated still, but like that castle was built. Like,
and then
you're
there's just
adding on things.
And then there's the volcano right beside it. Go.
Well, no, we wouldn't put a castle next to a volcano. That's just bad planning. You've planned your whole life.
Okay.
Lightning hits.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Lightning hits.
Lightning is the fart, and it just hits. It hits the castle that for some reason was doused in gasoline,
Gasoline.
and then it's just like, poof, castle's gone.
Jeez.
She divorces you, and then she poops on the bed and leaves you.
Jeez.
But for sure that happened.
That's what happened with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Well, she just straight up took a
She
shit
took
on
a
his bed.
shit, bro. Which is
She just
the
straight
most,
up
the
took
most
a
disrespectful
shit.
thing you could probably do. On a
Was she-
bed?
Well, was she maybe just not really comfortable with Johnny? though?
guys.
She
Did
squatted,
you guys,
bro,
Did you guys
on
see
the
the
bed.
footage of Johnny Depp saying, and what I saw was human feces.
Yo, he's
It
putting
would
on
have been
such a
much
act.
weirder if it was not human feces. Like imagine, like she took
like-
a squat and then it started coming out of her. Duck feces. You're like, how did
It
she
would have been
plan
more
for-
defendable in court, honestly.
Who's to say?
Yes, true.
That lawyer is garbage.
Guys, talking about feces, okay? There's a lot of Instagram girls being flown out to Abu Dhabi and like these rich like Arab countries to be shit on by Sikhs and princes.
Yeah.
So a lot of these Instagram girls,
I guess it's fair to say that those girls are seeking approval.
yeah, but yeah, good one. Okay, so
I
this
give you
girl,
gold, and that's all. It's okay. It's cool. No big deal. It's fine.
this girl got paid 30 grand to go down there and do wild things with the men. You know,
Is it 30 grand cash, or is it like 30 grand that like she has to invoice for it?
It's probably like they
I-
paid like a third or half of it before. And
Okay.
then
And they pay for her flight and everything. I'm assuming.
Yeah, the way they invoice it is they do a FaceTime with each other, and then she agrees to do a camera footage of her agreeing to all the terms and conditions.
Okay, I see. I see.
So she's like, I agree to go see Abdul Reza Karim Najabi,
Do
and
that again.
I agree to go see Abdul Reza Karim Rajabi.
My man's getting me there. Oh my goodness! It used to be like prolapse porn to get me there, but now I'm just gonna like. Can you just send me a clip of you saying that? Like, just,
Okay,
that's
okay,
all I
guys.
want.
All this to say, how much money would it take for somebody else to take a shit on your face?
$20.
No, seriously.
honestly,
no,
I've
but like
thought
the old-
about.
the old 20s.
I actually thought of this like last night. How much poo-poo? How much money for the poo-poo on my face? You know?
You thought about that last night specifically?
Yeah.
You guys are in sync. That's really it's beautiful.
And it's because he put it in the topics, so I saw it before. you know?
Yeah, I have a topic.
And then
guys.
you know, because he updates the topics at like 10 o'clock at night while I'm going bedtime. So
You're
like, I
not
was
ad
like,
libbing on this. I was really impressed. I'm like, man, it's like
this is flowing right now.
Yeah,
It's
for
flowing.
sure. Are you recording? Or
And,
we're gonna, it doesn't look like you're recording anymore.
And I legitimately think it would check. On this podcast, I could say it's gonna take $10,000.
What? Only
On your face?
Adele, bro. No, you
Dude,
have
listen.
Say a higher number. Say a higher number. Say a higher.
$12,000.
Dude, that $2,000 is like that $2,000 is just because he's gonna give his tax numbers. So he wants to get an even 10. So
I
he's
need
like,
to- I need
if I
to-
say 12, that's $2,000 to the government. And
I need
10's
to
me.
charge taxes to the government because I got my face shit on. But
Shit on?
Shout on.
realistically, I could say a ridiculously high number, like let's say 13 grand. But realistically, okay, in the situation that I am right now, I just paid my income taxes. Give me $1,000. Give me $1,000, bro, and shit on my face.
Okay,
If it's in my shower,
Oh, yeah.
and you know,
if you want to,
but it depends on the
If
situation,
you're
right?
gonna be a bitch about it.
Well, I mean, what are
in
you
the
gonna do? Shit
shower.
on my face at Oceaga, bro? What are you gonna do? Have the hot, steamy shit on my face?
No,
It makes
literally-
no sense.
No, you gotta climb a mountain, and then once you're at the top,
So listen.
that's
It's
it.
very,
You
it's a
gotta
very
walk
simple
down
question.
when you're like, oh, it's in my mouth.
It's a very simple question. If I'm at Oceaga and it's a blistering sun and there's no bathroom that I could wipe my face on and it's in front of thousands of people, probably like $100,000.
If it's in front of 1,000 people, technically it's a show that you're already getting paid for.
Yeah, but not $100,000. So like,
Do they do that at Oshoga? I've never been.
yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
but
Oh yeah, it's a good time.
But realistically, like just like having a weird girl over, or is it a man or a woman though?
Okay, well,
it matter?
okay,
kinda
I guess-
does.
Well, I guess it also
It
depends on,
kind
like,
of
if
does,
the
man.
guy's-
Having an old grumpy man taking a dump
obese.
over your face.
Like that's obese also. If you get like a really skinny, like undernourished, like dudes on like a calorie deficit for like 8 days, like you're
and
not
has
gonna
a
get
pussy? Yeah, I'm down.
This girl, okay, let me dish out the details.
It's Amber Heard.
I don't know who it is exactly.
That's it.
This girl, so obviously the guy could do sex and everything sexual possible, but then he asked to pee in her mouth, and then he asked to shit on her face, and he also said, I want you to satisfy my camel. I'm not making this up, bro.
Yeah, I've heard of this. Yeah.
I want you to satisfy my camel. I'm gonna put hummus on your body parts. You're gonna bend down, and my camel's gonna lick off all the hummus.
How's that pleasurable for the camel?
Oh, he's
No,
getting
but
hummus.
she said, and
Sounds
then
like fun, but
and then I want my camel to like fuck you, and the
That's
girl
dangerous.
agrees.
Do camels have big dicks? I don't know.
I think they're like probably like relative to a horse.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, yeah.
It's pretty much the same like size. I feel.
I mean, like I've seen some big porn dicks, like dudes that are like horses. Scary.
It-
You know what? I always thought about that because like there's some guys that are just like they're like literally
like
like
an arm.
Oh yeah, it's an arm. Think about this.
like
This will make you happy. This will. Oh yeah, dude,
Gets knocked.
I've seen dicks like this, but this will make you happy. I mean, unless you have a dick that size. But like I always thought about this. I'm like, you know what? I watch like porn where sometimes the guy is like gargantuan and he's giving it to a girl, and
But it only gets in like this much.
it only
bro.
gets in this much.
Yeah, just a tip.
And then and you literally see the line of wetness. So like 3/4 of the dick is dry, bone dry, and then like 1/4 of it is just soaking wet.
Yeah.
Technically, those dudes are more virgins than we are because they've never actually had full sex. They've only just done the tip.
I think it could be extremely sexually frustrating to have too much of a big dick.